What's up? What's up? Happy Wednesday. Of course, as I just hit go live, my garbage people are here and my dog is probably going to bark. I'm just looking for my eCam buttons on my Stream Deck. Oh, there's the dog barking. Cool. We're here. I made it. You guys are getting Messy Bun Wednesday. And I have an update on the Descript template packs that we started making together last week. And we're going to continue on with them. So, let me know. Obviously, hopefully you can hear me. Good morning, Blue Falcon Jeeping. Blue Falcon Jeeping. Cool. Good morning. All right. So, So last week I went live. I started making a template pack. Oh, look, it's Canva. It's not even Descript over here. I started making a template pack in Descript with you all just watching me. It was very chaotic. And today I'm a little bit more prepared, and I have 36 layouts already created in this template pack. But I have more to create because there's more than just landscape videos, and there's more than just, screen recording, head in a bubble type of videos. So, we got a lot of work to do. I'm going to try to go live every week and work on my template packs live with you so you can kind of watch what I'm doing, do it yourself, or I will be putting the template packs inside of my Video Editing Made Easy course that's inside of Video Brand Academy. So I don't know if you know this, but with a template pack, you can give somebody a link and they can just click the link, add it to their Descript, and they have all of the templates right there. So I want to be able to do that for my Video Brand Academy members. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been working on. So what I have done is I screenshotted, you can see over here above my head, I screenshotted all of the different, don't tell them I did this, but I screenshotted all of the different layouts that you get in Tela, because Tela's layouts for like screen recordings are really nice looking. They're very polished, and I recreated those in Descript. So all of these ones over here are all done in, including these ones, camera only, screen only. These are all done over here in Descript. So let me just, if I hit play, will you be able to hear this? I don't know. Hey there, it's Meredith here, and this is my sample footage for my Descript layout pack. So I'm going to use this footage that I'm recording with my camera while I'm also recording my entire monitor, which you can see I have up here. I have a Video Editing Made Easy course, and you can see I'm scrolling, I'm moving around, I'm recording all of this at the exact same time that I'm recording myself on the screen. So this is a multi-track sequence, and we're going to use this to create the template pack. As a matter of fact, the template pack is already created. I'm just creating some new sample footage to put in there so that I can share all of this with you, and then you'll be able to import it directly into Descript. So I'm going to create a separate video showing how to do that. Okay, so we don't have to watch this whole thing, but I just wanted to kind of show you how all of the scenes in this project, each scene change is a different layout template. I have to tuck these into my shirt because the bottoms hit my desk and it gets all clanky and I can't leave them alone. So, all right. So that's kind of the gist of what I created so far. I'm going to use the same footage to then create these portrait style ones that you see over here on the right. Travels of Angel. Is my audio too low, or is the playback of the video too low? Let me know. So I'm going to use the same footage to create the portrait ones. Before I do that, though, there's one thing that I wanted to do before I went live, and I need to unshare my screen in order to do it. Actually, you know what? I can share my screen. All right, so I wanted to send out a, let me make sure my YouTube is muted. I wanted to send out a push notification to the Video Brand Academy app. So those of you who have the app, which is a free download, would get a notification, a fancy little notification that I'm live on YouTube. So I tried to do this last week and I accidentally scheduled it for the day after the live stream. So I'm just going to redo it now. Okay. Web address is the current thing. We're going to send it right now. We're going to send it. If you have the app, you should get a notification. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I get a notification. Sending. If I get a notification, I'll show it to you on my phone. And then we'll dive into these layout packs. Aha, there we go. Look at this. So if you download the, come on, focus. If you download the Video Brand Academy app, which is free, that's how my members of the membership access the content and stuff, but there's some free content in there too. If you download that on iOS or Google Play, is that what it's called? It's totally free, and then you can get notifications when I do go live, when I remember to hit that button. So, all right, let's get back into our Descript template packs here. So what I have is just all of the landscape ones. I need to get rid of this, and I guess it would make sense to just duplicate the landscape pack and rename it Portrait. Okay. And then we're going to change our orientation to portrait. Oh God, look at those thumbnails over there. That looks real slick. So I think I could just edit each one of these from here. And oh God, that looks like me yelling or something. So that's just regular camera. This one is supposed to be zoomed in a little. So we'll zoom this in a little. I try to line these things up with my microphone instead of myself because my head will move around. But if I try to keep my microphone in the center of the frame. And then when I crop something like this, I try and crop it so that the microphone is centered in the frame. So, also, by the way, this like background image that you see, which I think is actually kind of ugly. I mean, the colors are pretty, but it's kind of ugly. It's just like a grid that I created in Canva so that I can line up all of the elements in the layout. So if you are going to create your own layout packs, I highly recommend creating some kind of a grid system somehow. I'm still eyeballing it, like it doesn't have to be perfect, but it helps. So, all right, let's make sure that I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing over here. I've got camera only zoomed in. So for portrait, well, I guess we'll leave this one as it is. I think maybe make it just a little bit wider. but it's still just like in the center. So if you were to take my template packs and apply them to your own project, it's going to ask you to replace this grid background image. And you would replace it with, you could delete it and just put whatever color background you want, or put in your own branding or your own branded, image back there, your logo or whatever. So let me just copy this background and then maybe just, yeah, there we go. Okay. This is going to be a lot easier now than last week. 'Cause last week I was building these all from scratch and nothing was working right. Descript wasn't even working right. I guess we'll just put this right in the middle like that, I guess. And so today it's a little easier because I already have the template packs created. I just need to get them to the right orientation, I guess. Also, when you use my template packs, you'll be able to, or I should stop calling it that, my layout packs. That's what Descript calls it. You would also be able to like go to layer and change the border color or the border width or whatever. How do I make it go back to? Okay, I guess we're not going to go back. I just wanted to get rid of the green. Change the border width, the border color. You could get rid of the border. You could get rid of the shadow. You could make the shadow a different color entirely. All of these things are customizable and configurable. All right, so we got those like camera layouts. Now we're moving on to where we have, for the portrait ones, I guess we are doing screen only. So, man, this one is going to require lots of configuration because it's the whole screen. But I'll just leave it smack dab in the middle. I obviously, like, no one would post something like that. So, this one is not exactly, okay, let's do portrait, but not exact. We don't want it, we want it to be a little bit squattier. So I'm trying to copy this one over here. So yeah, I don't know. That works. It'll work for somebody's recording. Cross my fingers. Okay, so now we're into screen and face. So let's start with this one, screen and camera over here. We need to make the camera landscape and put me at the top. And then this is, well, this is actually kind of the same shape as this. So let me copy that. And then I'm going to paste attributes. There we go. But this guy, I guess I don't really need the timeline at the moment. Okay. All right, I'm just eyeballing this. So we have some space at the top. We have about the same amount of space at the top as at the bottom. So that's like 2 of these grid lines, but that doesn't really, it doesn't really look the same. Let's make this bigger. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll make me bigger. Okay, so we've got one grid width at the bottom and one, but then it doesn't overlap like all cute, like, oh my gosh. Okay. That looks about right. I'd say. Looks like this one. A little shorter. I wish I could select two elements at the same time. Gosh, that drives me crazy. That's not enough of an overlap. But I want these to have the same space on the bottom as they have on the top. That works for me. Okay, so now I'm going to copy this layout and then select the next one, paste that whole layout in, and then we're basically just swapping what I was trying to say. We're just basically swapping these around. So we're still going to have the same amount of space, same amount of overlap, and okay, cool. Let's paste that into here, and we're going to make me into a circle. Too big. Okay, let's make her, I'm just eyeballing it compared to, so I'm working on this one over here. I forgot to turn my Pro mouse on. Oh my gosh, nobody reminded me. See how I can spotlight? Isn't this cool? So I'm working on this layout over here. So I want to make sure that I don't really want to, okay, I just noticed something. Okay. Here's what I just noticed. The layout packs over here, the like vertical, like not square, but a little bit taller than square, like screen recording is smack dab in the middle, like horizontally, smack dab in the middle. But which is kind of like what I did with this, just the screen. But when I went over here, I changed it. And I want them to be the same. So I'm going to fix this. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to select it in the next layout pack and paste attributes. So it just looks so weird, all that space at the bottom. But I guess that's how this is. I mean, there's more space at the bottom here than at the top. So we're going to go with it. Aaron says I need to make a layout pack in Descript. Thanks for showing us how to do it. Oh, you're welcome. It can be a little bit time consuming. Like even though I basically know what I'm doing, there's still like little things, little details that I have to then like go back and do, like what I'm doing now, fixing my mistakes. So, but this is not bad. Okay. So this circle though needs to be like, see how the center of the circle horizontally is like, it's perfectly lined up with the top here. So Descript gives us those grid lines. So I guess we'll use them. That I feel like that overlaps a lot though. So maybe we'll make her a little smaller. See, it all depends what's in the screen, you know? So if you use my template packs, you're going to have to probably going to have to adjust them, which I would highly recommend. If you go that route, go through my entire template pack and adjust all of them to sort of fit your workflow. and your branding and stuff, and then save your own template pack, like based on mine. Okay, that works. So we got the bottom bubble, and then I'm going to copy this one again, bring it down here, paste. Let me copy this, and then paste. So we just need to make this into a square. Let's see if it sizes it right. I feel like it needs to be smaller. Let's make her smaller. I don't know. Probably, let's just copy this and paste it onto here so I get the sizing right. Okay, so we're just going to move this down. Did I make sure that this was actually centered? Don't know if I did. Let's make sure this is centered. Okay. How are we doing here? We are cruising through these compared to last week. Okay. So now we are looking at, so I think maybe the easiest thing would be, all right, so I'm working on this one here. So it's kind of like this layout, but not quite. So let me copy that layout. We will paste it down onto this layout. And I guess we're just making this bigger. We can take the rounded corners off. And we'll leave the shadow in the border, I guess. So this one needs to be just kind of like just outside of the frame, I guess. But it's actually quite a ways because the spacing. Let's do one space up there. But I guess we'll just make this taller. We'll give it two spaces, two grid spaces. But then this overlaps like a lot. I don't like that. Should we just make this? Well, I mean, I guess I could just make it smaller. It looks like this doesn't line up perfectly. Like the center line doesn't line up perfectly. So I don't need to do this. But it's sort of like a third. Usually my eyes in my frame are lined up with a third line. So I guess that works. I guess. Okay. Let's paste this one down here. Did it do it? Copy, paste. There we go. Okay. So now I just need to swap this down for the bottom third-ish. Yeah. All right, we'll go a little past that bottom line. Okay. How we doing? All right. Copy here. Paste here. We need to move this back up. Well, we can just do the bottom one first. All right, so this has to be a circle. It needs to be way smaller. And that one, no, that's not really on the center line either. Okay. Whole lot of eyeballing going on here, which, to be totally honest, is like right up my alley. I'm an eyeballer. I'm not a precision person. So That works for me. Does it work for you? All right, now we need to just, let's do this one. Move this up to the top, right about there. Okay, and then let's copy this, paste it down here, make this square, and do we leave it or do we make it smaller? That is the question. Let's make it a little smaller. That works for me. And we'll move this one down here just a touch. Just a little touch. Okay. So what else do we have for portrait? We did the camera only ones, and we did the screen only ones already. So that's it for portrait. Wow. Okay. Now, so do I delete the rest of these? Or are there some other things? I know I screenshotted some of Riverside's layouts. So I could create some of these. These look like they're kind of more for, like, are they for when you have two people? Because this isn't that. Let's just play around here. Okay, so let's do something where we have a little bit of a margin on the side and a little bit of a margin at the top. And then, oh, and this one I got rid of the rounded edges. So let's put those back. I think those were a 5. And we'll landscape this up. This one also doesn't have rounded edges. Where did those go? Does that mean... Oh, no, it's because these are square. I removed the rounded edges from the square one. Okay, good to know. All right, let's make this a little shorter so this whole thing fits. Let's give it a little more of a buffer. I don't know. Something like this. Like, I mean, if this is going on TikTok or Reels or Shorts, you know, there's like all of the caption and all that stuff is down here. And like the share, like, comment stuff is over here. So, like, do I build that in or do I just let it go? Great question. Somebody let me know. I don't really post short form content, so I don't know what the right answer is. Okay. So I think I'm just going to maybe like leave this here. Let's see what kind of layouts Descript has for aspect ratio, portrait. I kind of want to, like, I wish I could see all of these at once. I could open them, but So for Descript's layout packs, like their default layout packs, I don't think they leave any margin for, yeah, like that looks so bad. I don't think they don't leave any margin for like the share buttons and all of that like stuff. So let's not either. Let's just eyeball this. We'll make this a little longer like that. Copy this, paste her down there, and then we'll just rearrange. We'll put this up here. We'll put this down here. And okay, there's two more. I'm trying to think if there's other layouts that might be useful. So like I don't really want to just delete the rest of these. So I have 36 in the landscape pack. And these are just for screen recordings. Like I have way more to create for like side by side interviews and things like that. So I'm just wondering, like, maybe what I'll do is actually just delete the. You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I'm going to leave it for now. Let's duplicate the portrait. Oh my God. It's like such a bad screenshot. They're all bad. Oh my God. All right. So let's just call this one square. Rename square. And then we'll start back here at the beginning. So we need to make this square. Yikes. How do we like make this? There we go. Okay. I don't know why it wouldn't let me grab it. Okay. So we are basically centered and we're good there. Let's get this to here and then zoom in a little. Just a little. One thing I actually want to fix now that I think about it is back here in the landscape. Which one of these was like, was it this one? One of these was like off, like the frame was off when I moved it over to portrait. And I should have fixed it right when I thought about it, but I didn't. Okay, no big deal. All right, so back to our telecopycats. We have camera only. So we have camera only zoomed in a little. They don't have a landscape frame one, but we'll keep this. We will just make it a little bigger. But we have a portrait, which is got quite a bit of margin. And then we have square, which doesn't have a real big margin. So let's make her bigger. And we have the circle, which is pretty much good to go, like that. Screen only. Let's make this. We'll go right to the edge, like that, I guess. How do I deselect this thing? Okay, there we go. Okay, screen only there, and then we had a, I guess this was like, is that square? That's not square. Let's make this square and then make it a little squattier. We'll go right to the grid line there. That looks about right, I'd say. Okay, so coming back up here, we have this one. All right, so let's copy this. We're going to paste the attributes there. This has quite a bit of overlap here. So let's make this smaller, and I'd say that's center line is lined up there, but that doesn't give us a real big margin. We'll make this smaller, I guess. And what happened to my rounded edges on this one? I don't know. Maybe I took them off. Did I take them off over here? No, this has rounded edges. Is it because I made it square? I do not know. All right. Sorry, guys. My daughter's texting me. Okay, so let's put our rounded edges back on this guy. Okay. Where am I? I need rounded edges on this guy too. About a 5. And we still have a shadow. Okay, good. All right, so we want to basically take this positioning and shape and size and apply it across the board here. We're going to do the same thing with this and then move it down right about there, I'd say. So this one is lined up, right? Yes. And this one is lined up. Yes. Okay. We need to make this bubble smaller. It looks like this is in the middle. It doesn't feel as big. It just feels like there's more of a gap at the top. But it's not as small. All right, we'll just eyeball it. And we're going to paste this whole thing down here and just move this down. All right, so this one was not centered. I guess it's sort of on a third-ish. And now I'm getting a phone call. Go to voicemail. Probably junk. Okay, so this one we're going to copy, paste attributes. The square is way too big. Let's make this one, let's just make it small. How's that? All right, copy and paste. Copy this, paste. There we go. Probably user error. Sometimes I never know if it's user error or if it's a Descript thing. I know I'm not alone in that. All right, so we got the square top bottom, and then we have this, which is kind of, let's start with this shape. This is one where we're going to go all the way to the edge and a little past. I think this is one where I got rid of the rounded edges. So we're going to go a little past the edge, but this needs to be smaller. Let me get this size. And that has quite a bit of overlap. Okay. Okay, it'll work. It's hard to it's hard to know that these are templates that could apply to your screen recording or perhaps not, or when someone tries to use this, are they going to be like, what the heck, this is covering half my screen, this doesn't work. But there's like so many different options and it's all configurable. It is all configurable if you know how to do it. Okay, so, oh, I keep hitting the wrong button there. Okay, so this one, what are we working on? The circle, right? Okay, so let's make this circle, make it a little smaller. This one, almost the entire circle is overlapping. That's not what I want. This and this. And let's make this down here at the bottom. Kind of like that. Okay. How are we doing? Let me know in the chat if you're like still watching me talk out loud as I make Descript layout packs. I don't usually talk out loud through every step that I'm doing, but it is effective for a live stream, and doing this as a live stream really does kind of keep me accountable to get these things done. So we've got square, and this one, the square looks like it has rounded edges. Also, this is lined up differently than this one. I mean, I know obviously one is at the top, one is at the bottom, but this one is lined up differently. You know what I'm saying? So found a glitch. I found a teleglitch. So does it matter? Not really. All right, let's leave this one here and copy, paste, move this to the bottom, and there we go. There's all of our, we got 22, no, where did we leave off? 20. We got 20 of these, and portrait, we had 20, and then 21, 22, like this. So what happens if I copy this and paste it? Oh, well, it would be the same anyway. What am I thinking? Okay, let me just take this and we're going to, where am I? Right here. Yeah? Okay. Paste attributes here. Move this up a little. We'll make this wider. But this is going to be goofy because we're trying to get these to like work together, be the same width and everything. Does that work? Let's give them the same. Let's line them up with the grid. That's why I created it, Meredith. Line them up with the grid. And then as long as they're pretty much spaced out like evenly, I mean, I guess I'm okay with that. We'll take this, we will paste it here, and then trade places. All right, I got my square ones done. I think, yeah. Okay. So let's see. I have created 36 plus 22 plus 22. I've created 80 layout packs. What are you posting the square videos on? Nothing. I don't post square videos. I'm just creating a layout pack for people who do. No, I don't post square videos like ever because I really don't post anything on like Instagram. So, I'm just creating a layout pack for other people. So let me see what else I can create under landscape and see if I can copy some of these Riverside layouts because they don't have very many layouts to choose from, but we already have full screen. I didn't create one that's like picture in picture like this. So but for my landscape, I'm kind of out of footage. So I guess I could copy this whole section and paste it, but I need to put some type of a marker here so I know like where I'm leaving off. Okay. So let's you can do one where you're in the corner with AI background removed and screen is prominent. Yeah, I could do one like that. That's actually a good idea. Every time I try to remove my background, it does not look good in Descript. But I can make one. Okay, let me work on this one here. It should be pretty simple, but I'll make two, I guess. One with a screen, one with the face in the two different spots. So let's get rid of the border, we'll keep it rounded, but get rid of the shadow for this. So we're going to go full, if we're going full screen, then let's get rid of the roundedness. Full screen here. For this one, we probably should keep the border, the shadow, and the roundedness, I suppose. Let's make this, man, you could create an endless number of template packs with all of the different shapes. This is weird though, because it almost looks like the border. The border, if I go over this, it highlights in purple. The border here on this side, the vertical side of this is wider than the one over here. So just a weird little Descript thing. All right, so picture in picture like this, I guess that would work. And then let's copy this. Let's paste it over here. And then let's change source and put, yeah. I don't know why anyone would do it like that, but it's an option. It's just one more thing to choose from. We also have this split screen thing here. So we could recreate this. Oops. Let's make sure I'm hitting the right buttons. Okay. Split screen. So I guess if you had screen recording and maybe you want to like do like 2/3 is your screen recording. That's not quite 2/3. Is that 2/3? We're eyeballing it. Definitely eyeballing it. Okay, that looks like 2/3, I think. And I don't know. Is this something people would do? I wouldn't. But what? What did I just click? I wouldn't do it like this, but it's an option. I think this is more so this is from Riverside, and I feel like these are definitely more like for two people talking to each other, not for like person talking and a screen. But, you know, people are going to do what they want with these anyway. So let me just come back over here. I want to paste attributes there and make this something like this. Make the video tall. Yeah, I could do that. But I already have that. I already have one like that. I saw your live stream on my homepage. I don't use Descript, but I do watch your videos and want to thank you for the great content. Thank you, Blaine. I appreciate that. All right, so we could do something like this. I just want to make sure that we have the same kind of margin around here. I can hear my daughter coming down the stairs. Okay. I'm on a live stream right now.
You are?
Yeah. You good?
Yeah, I just woke up. My fucking body hurts so much.
Oh, okay.
Have good luck with that. Wait, good. No, have good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, this works. All right, let's do this and then we'll swap these places. Like so. Okay. I now have, let's see, I've got 40 in the landscape. 40 layouts in here. So I already did the ones. So to make the video tall, I've already got those. I got these, got this, I got this, and I have all of these on the right as well. So those are all set. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good with this. Let me get rid of, let's get rid of the rest of these so that I can save this out, and we'll leave our extra footage at the bottom. And then I can get rid of the extra ones over here as well, unless I can come up with some more. Let me just check my calendar and make sure I'm not supposed to be somewhere else before I keep going with this. No, I'm good. Okay. Let's What if I Google, well, actually, let's Google TikTok layout ideas. What would it give me? Oh, a whole bunch of crap. Okay. No, I'm not recreating those. I mean, these are cute, but they're way too branded, I think. Like, these are like custom template type layout ideas. This isn't helpful. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, let me just get rid of. I think I'm going to get rid of all of the rest of this. Since I'm not using it, we'll get rid of that. And then in the square, we'll get rid of all of this too. All right, so cool. So I've got 22, 22, and 40. So if I go publish changes, it's going to ask me to name some of these again because I added a couple. So we have Pip. We're going to need to call the new ones Pip. Pip something. Okay. Pip. I've got Pip square, Pip circle, Pip horizontal. These are Pip horizontal, but they're different than the other one. Let's go Pip basic 1, which is a screen. And then, why did it name it already? I don't know. Okay, Pip basic 2. This one's not really, I mean, it's not really Pip, but it's kind of a Pip. Riverside calls it split screen. Split screen 1 and split screen 2. And then we have, okay, good. The names are there for the other compositions too. But we got to rename these a little bit. Let me zoom in. All right, so screen landscape. That's not really screen landscape. We'll do screen full. Wow. Screen with margin. Why is this so hard? This one is, see, it's not left face. Okay, it's horizontal face plus screen 1. This is going to be horizontal face plus screen 2. This is going to be circle face plus screen 1. Oops. And this is going to be circle face plus screen 2. This is going to be, oh man. Why doesn't the undo work when I'm doing that? Descript. I'm Square face plus screen 1. Square face plus screen 2. Oh, my little zoomy zoom is not working. Come back. Okay. Oh, oh my. I'm using a trackpad to like zoom in, and then it doesn't let me scroll. So where did we leave off? We're down here. Right face, no, square face, square face. See, this is horizontal face plus screen 1, horizontal face plus screen 2. Let's make these horizontal face plus screen 3, horizontal face plus screen 4, and then why is the hardest part about this, about creating template packs, naming them? But I mean, it's a lot when you have, like, we have over 100 now. This is 4, right? And then this was going to be square face plus screen 3, square plus face 4. And then what the heck do we call this now? We already have something called split screen, right? And what happened here? Split screen 1, split screen 2. I probably hit undo and didn't realize it. Okay, so we'll do... Oh, this is in a different composition. So can I name it the same thing? Split screen 1 and split screen 2? We'll find out. Okay, camera 1, zoom 1, camera landscape, camera portrait, camera square, camera circle, screen, we'll do, this one was screen full on the other one, right? Screen with margin, and then, holy cow, just when you think you're almost done. What did we call this? What did we call this up here? Horizontal face plus screen, right? So this is horizontal face plus screen 1 plus screen 2. This is circle. This is circle. This is square. This is a labor of love, I'm telling you. This is going to be 2. Did I put a 2 on this one? Yes, I did. Okay, this one has a 1. And I think on these we are going to do 3 and 4. This one is going to be circle 3. 4. Square 3. Oops, square 4. And then we had split screen 1, right? Split screen dose. Okay. That's all of them, I think. Publish changes. we'll see what happens. Wouldn't it be funny if I did all this for nothing? No, okay, it says it all changes synced, so cross your fingers because you never know with Descript. All right, so I think if this will load, I can just double check that it's working. But next time on Video Workflow Lab with Meredith, I want to work on. Okay, is this what I was just editing or was it original? I want to work on like going through somebody's actual video and recreating some of the stuff that looks kind of advanced and like recreating it in Descript as a template pack, or not, or maybe not a template pack, it's a layout pack, but maybe recreating them as layouts that I can save and include in the template pack, but also just kind of like figure out how to do it in Descript. So, all right, this worked. All right, template pack done. So next time I think I have back-to-back calls next Wednesday at my normal time, but I'll do my live at a different time, at a different day. But what I want to do is create, so like, see how Wes has like this graphic and then there's these graphics, but they're moving. See how they're wiggling? They wiggle. Maybe if I slow this down. Playback speed. Let's watch it at half speed. All right, so this is what I want to do next week. Okay, that's just a graphic. Like, that's whatever. We're not going to recreate it. But we have these images and they wiggle. So, and the text wiggles. This is just, that could just be B-roll. That's not fancy. So I'm really curious how to kind of recreate some of the wiggle effects. I'll even put that down. Wiggle effects for like text and images. Okay, zoom in. That's easy. We can do that in Descript. Okay, keep going. So, see, like that's sort of a text. Like, I feel like we could recreate this in Descript, but how do I get it to wiggle? That's the question. Could just be a bunch of like micro animations, which would be incredibly tedious to do, like, every single time you're editing. But if I could create it as a layout, like a saved layout, then perhaps it would actually, perhaps that would work. Perhaps that would make sense. So if anyone is still watching, I don't know why you would still be here listening to me talk to myself. But if you have any videos that you come across where we're pretty sure that was done with like DaVinci or Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro, I want to try to create more like advanced polished edit kind of things in Descript and kind of push Descript to the limit, which isn't hard to do in Descript, to push it to the limit, but kind of see like how fancy professional editor-ish we could get with Descript. That's what I kind of want to do next and create some layout packs with that. So if you come across an idea of video where you're like, how could I recreate this in Descript? Just make a mental note, send it to Meredith, so that we can maybe figure it out together. So next week, Wednesday, I will not do a live stream on Wednesday. I will do it probably Tuesday, Thursday, or I'll put it off until Friday. And yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And I'll see you next week.